choices, A plus the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready?
All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley, trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another first and 10.
Value three.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here we go. 180. Ric Flair. Exit.
On first down, it's Gurley. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Cut. 180.
Mike, I got you.
To throw is gone. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
54.
Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
20. 17. Go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Mike check 33. 33. Here we go. Here we go. No.
Now Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
At the 24-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 76 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check. Lucky. Showing up. Check 31.
Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Bravo!
There's gone. Throw left side complete. It's Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Super!
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Hey, lift!
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Here's gone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down, Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There goes Duke Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joseph now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Ric Flair.
Gone. Escaping the pressure right, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, We step aside.
Like 20. Maverick. 11. Switch it. Hey, let go.
Third and long. It's gone. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up second down.
54 Mike. Here I come. Check 37.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Pistol. Hey, box drop.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
180. Alert.
In your face.
Hey, alert 33.
Shoot. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So as they take it over, we step aside. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. From the 22, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Goff now looking to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Super.
Out of the gun, Goff. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 42 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Mayfield. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
36 yards. That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
And again, it's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. 26, Mike. 26.
From the 40 now on second down. Mayfield is going to... It's caught inside the 25. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
180. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll field this at the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Run. 26, my God!
Mayfield on first down. That's taken in by Callaway. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, 51 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bryant's extra point up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Travis Carey there to make the tackle.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Point it right. Hurry.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks.
That's caught at the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Joseph now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Two draw corkers.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Gurley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On the toss, it's Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now he dumps this off over the middle. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. A run for Nick Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They run, Chubb, and he will get into the end zone.
Like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah.